You already know what's going on. Injury Reserve, new EP, Drive It Like It's Mother Funny, how it's called Drive It Like It's Stolen when I can just drive it like it's my own. I don't get this constant need to be a criminal. Why is it gotta be stolen? I could just drive my own shit reckless. You make it seem like I can't go 90 in a 55 just in my own vehicle. I can do it by myself. I don't need to steal somebody else's whip. I get it, okay? It's the urgency. It's the feeling that you get when you're not in your whip or you got something that you know doesn't belong to you. But it's gonna look awfully silly if you get pulled over and the cop asks for your license and registration and he asks if the car is stolen and you say yeah, and then he comes back and says, wait sir, this car is registered to you. And you're like, no it's not. I'm not even safe with myself. I can't leave my own stuff around myself because I'll steal it from myself because I'm just that crazy. And then he'll look at you like you're crazy and then you'll never get anywhere and he'll lock you up on insanity because clearly you're not safe for the road at this point. This is what happens when you let your thoughts roam too much. You just keep going and keep going and keep going until it gets weird. But basically, Injury Reserve is coming out with a new EP. Now, I heard their last project, forgot the fuck. Last project was called Floss. I know what it is now. And the project before that, Live at the Dentist's Office. Both pretty good projects. Both projects that, in my opinion, put them in different lanes than everything else is going around. We got different lanes for everybody, but I would say Brockhampton and Injury Reserve, in my opinion, kind of hold or maintain the space of giving a lot of decent subject matter while also giving, you know, some nice music to listen to at the same time. You know, they don't compromise one for the other. But now they have a new EP and I'm ready for it. So without further ado, let's drive it like it's stolen. First track on this EP that's gonna... Oh no. Oh no. Jesus. All that time I thought I didn't hit record. 10/10. Is this necessary? Can you stop?
Yeah.
No, what did I just tell you?
Do your work. Need a lurk.
Oh,
it's
no.
all games and it must have missed you. You was playing something like a kid do with dirt. They all lanes in the first. 1, 2, 3 more niggas talking my crew. Snowman, new chains, new dude. 4, 5 track, 9 too smooth.
He's really doing this!
See your work.
I seen it too, I see it right now.
In the first.
This is dope.
Oh my
The
god.
first one to rental.
Stop!
I won't miss you. I'm glad for shit that
I'm driving it like it's stolen! Can you chill? You're just not chilling. Definitely a party track or a club track. For me, it just... I want them to set themselves up for a movie soundtrack, and that's what that track is for me. Everybody's in the club, a random song like this comes on, everybody's dancing, the lights are flashing ridiculously, so about half of the people who are dancing end up having seizures, possibly dying. So that's what they just did. You just killed about 50 people. I hope you're proud of yourself. Track number 2, See You Sweat.
Go ahead and get the... See you sweat.
No, you're not gonna see me sweat.
Go ahead and
Are they using a police siren for the sample?
Just keep the lights on. Bow down, cause this feel like midnight club in D-Town. What's up? Double edition, we tripping. See, we lately been seeing y'all be greatin'. They know me, the phonies.
Why you dissing people so hard? Who pissed you off?
Drinking Carlos Rossi and the pretty boy finna engine title reign. Arturo Gotti, we in this thing with the whole posse.
Said pretty boy finna... Oh, I didn't even know what he just said. Pretty boy finna end your title ring, Arturo Gotti. Floyd Mayweather. Yo, you know what? You think you're slick. Alright, I know I have a habit of leaving the camera when something hits me. But you think you're slick. You're not slick. You're not low. That was a horrible moment for Arturo Gotti. Didn't he die? What's wrong with you?
Hands up like black and white scar. Go ahead and
This is my one. Keep them all.
Hands up like black and white
No, turn them off. Turn them off. Because I can't deal with this. No.
My little bro just dropped your rent on denim. End up then I need to slow down for your boy gets kicked out.
Good God. Oh! Ah! The most simple things you could use to make a track great. Bass, abuse of it, a police siren, water dripping, some hands clapping, and some lyrical content, and you have a song that you can literally get twerked on and feel great about life. Track number 3, 91 Cadillac DeVille.
Man, why ain't you trying to hear it? And I ain't trying to hear that is you signing independent. I ain't outside of this, so maybe inside's more on par or more accurate. You acting shit. I just need to get away and get past this shit. Who's gonna be?
Cadillac. 91 DeVille, I wish I got it back. She said, hell no. About a month later, bro, I got my shit told. It was fun, but last year we got down. People still had to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
I feel included. Oddly enough, even though I'm very much so a fan of songs that tend to be a little bit more structured, I think the lack of structure, at least within the instrumental on this track, might help to convey the message of it a little bit more. I don't know. I'm still a little bit more confused on Richie's lyrics because I feel like he's, you know, rapping more so about the relationship aspect of experiences that he had along with his vehicle, while Groggs is literally talking about the experience he had with his Cadillac. There's a million different interpretations that fly through my mind when I hear something like this that has the lack of structure instrumentally, like to possibly paint or convey the message that we were younger, so we're all up and down and all over the place. It's not that straightforward, but I do like it because that's what I think of when I hear it. Other than that, even though it was lacking in consistency instrumentally, I still like how well their voices are mixed. Track number 3, Boom times... shit. Track number 4, Booms time 3. No, it's Boom. Say it. Boom. Boom. You can't just stroke the piano like that in front of me and expect me not to make a comment on it. You can't expect me not to get thirsty. Oh, please. Please do it. Just kill me now. Do it!
When you can hear a nigga lurking on the street, my nigga like we be all night just murdering people. Had the landlord looking like a burglary. Like my nigga around the world, you see.
They knocking it. Fuck the city up whenever we try to make it seem, but is it still a scene if it's not heard a scene? The worst part is piece of cashews. Put bass in your voice if you gon' speak my name. Damn near no bumpin', chill, nigga, life is golden.
Yo, how many ones will make that? Yo, when you can hear a nigga lurking on the street, my nigga like
I can't even lift my eyes.
And had the landlord knocking like a burglary.
That chit chat, that he say, she saying, see, I don't do the rap thing, but I can actually understand you, I dig that. And you ain't talking about all the time you flip crap.
No.
Listen,
you can't talk about somebody's culture or talk about, oh man, I like rap, but not that kind of rap. Shut the fuck.
And then we got the old heads going, what's up with the ghostwriting thing, my nigga? I don't get that. Isn't Ice Cube writing 6'4" a known fact? They even put it in the movie, nigga. Explain that. That's no shade. They ain't even try to go and change that. And here we go back again with all that chit chat.
Yeah.
Get on my third, you see, and you still learn about the birds and the bees.
The whole track.
The
whole thing flames. So yeah, you know how I like when the bass just gets pounded like that? Man, Richie has some things to get off his chest on this verse. This is on my mind like 24/7. Calling out the old heads who think that today's rap is somehow worse or done to a worse degree, even though it sounds way better because ghostwriters exist. And then mentions the fact that Ice Cube wrote 6'4", and a good portion of NWA's music was from Cube. Nobody talks about that. It's just, oh man, this was the legendary rap group. Nobody's gonna touch them, but the dude who was in the group was writing for everybody. Or partial members, but you know, that's the point. You know, they won't acknowledge the fact that, oh, if you can't rap, then you don't deserve to be in the group. There were members in that group that didn't know how to rap as well, but they had people compensate. You ain't say shit about that. And then about the people that say they only like certain types of rap. I'm not gonna not listen to a Young Thug record like his new one, Liger, that bumps, just because he's not rapping about trying to be the next Martin Luther King. There's good in all forms of rap. You don't get to pick and choose like, oh yeah, man, you don't rap about that shit, man. That's why I listen to you. Shut the... Stellar track. Stellar track. Track number 5, North Pole. We've already heard this one, but, you know, just a little snippet.
The high road, so on now.
ask him if he heard the outro, even though I know he know it.
Have I disliked a single track on here? No, I haven't. Track number 6, Colors, or Colors. There was no need for me to say it like that. Alright, bro. I'm almost out of water, so hit me with something hot.
All things ain't pink, bro. The grass gets
greener. Bro, what's wrong with you?
All things ain't pink, but we below the heavens, we ain't living in hell. But I've been blue since Sandra Blair, we ain't living in hell. But I've been blue since Sandra Blair with Venus so Serena. On the might though. Things ain't black and white though. See, that's how a nigga loses ways. It's hard to look around, see we ain't living in hell. It's turf, so they don't know about how. Blue said we below the heavens.
It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be lived. Took a while, but I'm good. At least I know that it's coming, bro. It is what it is. Everybody fucks up, yeah, you live and you learn. Probably cause my skin tone. Mama been put me on game, the shit I've been on. Everybody wanted
What's
me
up?
to make it more.
But I've been loose since Sandra Blair was murdered in jail. And we know black. All things ain't pink, bro. The grass gets green.
This is a pretty inspiring track, and it's very somber at the same time. And I guess an interpretation of it would be to say, like, it's colors because, you know, these are the different ways you're going to go through life dependent on the color of your skin or the way you look at life. Like, if you look at it as the grass is always greener over here, then that's the way you're probably going to go through life as far as a mentality is concerned. But if you're black or brown, it's still not going to be that easy. I feel like Grog's verse is really filled with a bunch of, I want to say, bitterness. You know, it's understandable bitterness and kind of a tainted view of the world based off of, you know, how he came up and, you know, the opportunities that may or may not have been taken from him due to the fact that he may be black. You know, something that he mentions, even his mother told him and warned him about this. He pretty much mentions you don't need to have a good life, you just need to live it. How he expects certain things to happen to him based off the things that he's done in his life, and how he wants a fair fight, not an easy one, which is pretty much the black condition, or what I would want, you know, for black people to strive for. You know, I want any person of any color to look at, you know, battles or equality in this way. Like, you want to be treated equal, not, you know, over anyone, or, you know, have an easier time. You don't want to have it easier than anybody else. You just want to be equal to your counterparts. The instrumental helps to paint the somber feeling even more, as if this is a bitter parent telling their child what they have to look forward to in the world. I've had this conversation before, and it's not an easy one. Track number 7, Chin Up, outro.
Put your head up.
It's up.
Get your chest out.
It's out.
Get your bread up.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Put it up. Put your head up. Get your chest out. Get your bread up.
Try and stop me, I wish you would, my nigga.
Yup.
That's on my chest, I got a I think you should, my nigga. Yeah, I said chest out. Take it day by day, get your bread, figure the rest out.
I was beat up and my legs are stretched out, and we got a pool in the ones you done left out.
Strawberries looking fresh now. Now Groxy got a daughter
That's looking caved in, looking in the mirror like nobody can save him. The game was looking ugly, we just gave it a facelift.
and they think they know me cause they know in my last name shit.
We came a long ass way from
Hello.
You can hear the influence, you know that they jockey, ain't nobody can take away the hours that we
No, keep talking. Come on. Come on. Don't end it like this. You suck. You suck. Alright, unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, and that was Drive It Like It's Stolen, Injury Reserve's brand new EP. For me, this is just as creative and just as witty and just as informative and just as aware and just as confident as their previous project, if not even more so than Floss. And I think the reason I feel this way is because it's a little bit more closed and connected and structured and a little bit more cohesive. I think they have their ideas compiled a little bit more into this project. As if to say the mentality of driving it like it's stolen isn't necessarily to say that you're driving a vehicle or you have something that's literally stolen, but instead to say that you only get one shot. So with this one life, with this one opportunity you have, take it. Just go with it. Plow down the road of life and don't have any regrets and just go. Block out all the bullshit and just keep going. I just feel like the way they tackle some of these subjects and issues are done with so much less information, but just so much more relatability. Like Richie's argument about, you know, not wanting to hear old heads constantly ridicule new versions of rap, when, you know, they had their own fuckery going on back in the day as well. Same thing with Groggs, just speaking real about, you know, how he's been treated in life and how that's pretty much shaped his mentality. And Richie, on the other hand, pretty much telling people that, you know, since people told me that I wasn't going to make it doing this thing, it made me want it that much more. The way this EP starts out, it's very open, it's very out there, it's in your face, it's delivering dance music. It's like they're so confident within themselves, like they're not utilizing any gimmicks to draw you in. It's just them, it's their voice. And then as you get further into the track listing, it's just so visceral. It's not necessarily the most intellectual conversation, it's just very relatable. They take some of these subjects that have been so, I guess you can say, overanalyzed, and just kind of push that overanalyzation away and delve into the most relatable aspect of it and have that conversation instead. That's why I feel like more people will be able to listen to this project without being bored or feeling like somebody's preaching to you the whole time. Don't forget the very personal track North Pole. It's more or less just an update on the group's feelings and you know, how they're moving through the rap game. And I really like the ending track where they're encouraging their audience and you know, just kind of exposing the fact that our come up has made us very confident, and we're not gonna knock anybody else's come up. We want you all to prosper and make money and be successful, and I can really get down with that message. Project as a whole, I would say, delivers the mentality of constantly moving forward, constantly going at the highest speed, at the highest tempo, at the maximum power, because you only get one opportunity. So you need to drive it like it's stolen. Injury Reserve, drive it like it's stolen. Really enjoyed this EP. You guys need to check it out. If you don't check it out, you're missing out. Yet another entertaining Injury Reserve project. I hope you guys play it. I hope you listen to it. It's literally. And yeah, I'll see you next time. It's been Sean C. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.